A warm welcome to the program. This is Energy and You, a show that brings you weekly highlights of activities within the energy sector, with a focus on the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited. I'm Erusa Igumbo. In this episode, key players in the energy sector strategize on building synergy as NNPC Limited recommits to improved operational efficiency for economic growth and development. Over 500 Nigerians benefit from NNPC Foundation's medical outreach in Abuja. Also in focus is the need for stability in Nigeria's energy sector. We'll bring you details of these stories and more in just a moment. Please join us again. Thanks for staying with us. We begin the show with top stories making the rounds in the global energy space this week. Oil prices added to recent gains on Monday amid expectations of tighter supply from OPEC Plus cuts and attacks on Russian refineries, while upbeat Chinese manufacturing data supported the outlook for improving demand. Brent crude was 25% higher at $87.25 a barrel, after rising 24% last week. Canada said it is not interested in subsidizing future liquefied natural gas projects, including electrification of projects currently in the works. The country's Energy and Natural Resources Minister, Jonathan Wilkinson, said it is the role of the private sector and the need to assess the business case and make the investments. Countries including Greece, Germany, and Japan have expressed interest in purchasing Canada's LNG, while the United States has paused the expansion of American LNG exports. Top oil exporter Saudi Arabia may raise the official selling price for flagship Arab light crude in May, after Middle East benchmarks strengthened last month. That's according to industry sources. The May OSP for Arab light crude could rise by 20 to 30 cents a barrel from April, according to a Reuters survey of 6 refining sources. Nigeria's Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, Mele Kyari, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, as well as Godwin Obaseki, the Governor of Edo State, and his Nasarawa State counterpart, Abdullahi Sule, are among dignitaries that will grace the maiden edition of Energy Times Awards, taking place in Lagos on April 19th. Kyari is expected to lead top Nigerian oil and gas players to the event and will take the GCEO of the Year award, while Chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, will be conferred with Businessman of the Year award. The Nigerian government says it plans to adopt trucks and barges to transport crude oil to tackle pipeline vandalism. This was contained in a document by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission on stability in the Nigerian energy sector, integrated strategies for infrastructure, transportation, and security. The Commission said the move was to avoid production deferment, losses, and other undesirable consequences due to pipeline disruption and outages. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has re-emphasized its commitment to supply gas to the domestic market, especially to power plants nationwide. The objective is to foster economic growth by increasing production capacity and encouraging the establishment of new industries. Group Chief Executive Officer Mele Kyari highlighted this at the 2024 Oil and Gas Sector Summit, organized by the Ministry of Petroleum Resources.
Led by the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Senator Heniken Lokobiri, and his gas counterpart, Honorable Ekperipe Eko, the summit brought together chief executives of parastatals under the ministry, such as Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, amongst other key industry players. The summit, with the theme Building Synergy for Enhanced Development in the Oil and Gas Sector, provided an avenue to strategize on ways to improve efficiency in the industry.
Yes, as you rightly know, is to see how we can ramp up production. If we ramp up production, we'll be able to meet, our targets, in terms of increase in revenue. If we ramp up production, we'll be able to meet our target in our obligations, in the midstream and downstream. Part of the challenge I'm afraid of is whether, even if we finish fixing our refineries, whether we'll be able to get feedstock. It will be very embarrassing that when we finish rehabilitating our refineries in Port Harcourt, in Warri and Kaduna, with Dangote refinery coming on board, with BUA, with a couple of modular refineries that I've signed. And let me also say here that I've signed a couple of modular refineries without knowing the masquerades behind them. I don't want to know who is the owner of those companies. But I've also warned them that as I didn't know you before I signed your license, I don't want to know you before I cancel it.
Elements in our transition towards a more sustainable energy future lies in the strategic utilization of natural gas. As we stand at the crossroad of energy's evolution, gas emerges as a vital transition fuel that holds the potential to bridge the gap between traditional fossil fuels and renewable sources of energy. Ensuring the widespread penetration of gas nationwide is essential to realizing its full potential as a transition fuel. This entails not only increasing domestic gas production, but also promoting the adoption of gas as a cleaner alternative for power generation.
In alignment with the presidential priorities, we have developed 16 crucial deliverables aimed at driving progress and sustainable development. These deliverables encompass a wide range of objectives, including optimizing fiscal incentive for investment in both oil and gas, as stipulated in the Petroleum Industry Act. The administration aim is to settle all outstanding liabilities with gas producers and accelerate the completion of critical oil projects, such as refineries.
The Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, emphasized the critical role of the oil and gas sector in Nigeria's short-term economic prosperity. He highlighted the importance of deepening gas supply to the domestic market to stimulate industrial growth and economic development.
So the NNPC must deliver gas into the domestic market so that the economies can grow, gas-based industries can come up and have more production, and also have ability to deliver gas to gas-powered thermal plants across the country. And to do this, you need infrastructure. And we are very focused on two key principal infrastructure: completing the OB3 project, which is within sight, and I also can confirm that the deadlines shown by the Permanent Secretary will beat this deadline and perhaps before that timeline. And of course, for the AKK, it's still possible. We believe that we can put gas on this line by the end of this year.
The NNPC Limited's helmsman also noted the link between gas and oil production, highlighting that investment in improved security measures would attract more investors in the future. While immediate results may not be evident this year, he said there was a possibility of surpassing projected production figures due to upcoming projects. He added that NNPC Limited's current objective is to achieve a production target of between 1.8 million to 1.9 million barrels per day by year-end, supported by the completion of ongoing projects, new initiatives, and security interventions.
Introducing NNPC Foundation, established to set the pace for corporate social interventions in Nigeria and other key markets through capacity development programs, health-oriented initiatives, environmental sustainability, and providing access to energy. We are poised to empower and enrich the lives of Nigerians in a way that is sustainable, enduring, and impactful. We are not just another foundation. We are NNPC Foundation, creating a sustainable impact for a better tomorrow.
The NNPC Foundation Limited recently organized a medical outreach in which over 500 Abuja residents, mostly in the Gariki area, were either treated or tested for various ailments. The event took place at the Gariki Model Science Primary School, Gariki 2, Abuja, in the Federal Capital Territory. Energy and You captured the event.
The comprehensive outreach offered an array of essential services, including screenings for pulse rate, temperature, respiration rate, blood pressure, weight, oxygen saturation, sugar levels, malaria, diabetes, and eye conditions. Beneficiaries also received free glasses, medical consultations, drug administrations, deworming for children, and mosquito nets. Addressing the crowd at the onset of the outreach, Managing Director of Medics et al. Limited, Dr. Amara Albert, emphasized the importance of healthy living practices such as regular exercise, nutritious diet, understanding one's body, and adequate sleep.
That there's one thing in your body that is called the cell. It's like you, an individual that is representing Nigeria. The moment you understand this thing I'm telling you, it means that you are good to go. Because you have to be in charge of your body. You have to be the mechanic of your body. And the moment you understand what you're supposed to do, for you to be that mechanic of your body, it means that we are good to go.
In her remarks, Managing Director of NNPC Foundation, Mrs. Emanuela Arukwe, reiterated the unwavering commitment of NNPC Limited to give back to the society. She noted that the NNPC Foundation's core focus are medical services, education, access to energy and environmental initiatives, underscoring their holistic approach to community development.
We are here now to have this outreach, which is kind of multifaceted. It's different areas. We are first of all talking about non-communicable disease. We're doing the vitals of people. We're testing for mostly diabetes and hypertension. But before then, we had a health talk, general health talk, on how they can have better, keep the environment, what they can do to stay healthy. And aside from that, we deworm the children in this locality.
She disclosed that the foundation plans to extend its medical interventions to other parts of the country. On his part, the Managing Director of NNPC Health Maintenance Organization, Dr. Musa Ribadu, highlighted the foundation's commitment to benefiting Nigerians while emphasizing the importance of early detection in preventing complications, particularly for diabetes, hypertension, and malaria in children. He commended NNPC Foundation and its team for the initiative.
The foundation felt, it's time to create awareness and also screen people, and those that have been found to be having some of these diseases, are advised on what to do and are also given, drugs to kickstart the treatment. So on that note, I think the NNPC Foundation has done well, and we commend the MD of the NNPC Foundation and her team for doing that.
The traditional ruler of Garki, Alhaji Usman Ngakupi, expressed profound gratitude for the free medical outreach. He commended NNPC Foundation for its dedication to community welfare, urging continued support for the less privileged.
I want to thank NNPC Foundation for having come to my community to assist us. Actually, I've gone around and I've also partake in the medical checkup, and I'm happy they've also given me an eyeglass, which I have some little challenge in that aspect. What I have to say, as we all know, health is wealth. NNPC has come to assist our people. It means now that the organization has the people at heart. So we want to encourage them to continue with this tempo.
Hajia Gimbia Hassana Usman, the wife of the traditional ruler, also expressed heartfelt appreciation, noting the significant impact of the outreach amid economic challenges.
I have to appreciate the NNPC company through NNPC Foundation. I really appreciate them because coming to our community, actually we need it because this time around many people are going through stress, so many things, and everybody is looking for because of the economy on ground. So people are hustling. So because of that, you see some people stressful, VP and whatever, passing through so many things. So for their coming to the community in Garki village today, I really appreciate them because they have done a lot to many people in the community.
I come here without a glass. I have a problem of eye, but my problem solved. I still get some drugs, I still get some net, and then I'm praying anywhere my people, they can go. Let God give them strength.
I want to thank NNPC Foundation for this eyeglass that they give us. May God bless you.
The beneficiaries of the outreach were full of gratitude to NNPC Foundation, and the excitement the exercise generated underscored the importance NNPC Limited attaches to the health and well-being of not only its workforce but also the generality of the populace.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has called for support in leveraging Nigeria's abundant gas resources for economic prosperity. The National Oil Company also emphasized the need to bridge access gaps in electricity and clean cooking fuel. This came to the fore during the 24th edition of the Oloibiri Lecture Series and Energy Forum, a yearly event organized by the Society of Petroleum Engineers, SPE, Nigerian Council.
In a keynote address on industry operations with the theme, Stability in the Nigerian Energy Sector, Integrated Strategies for Infrastructure, Transportation and Security, Mr. Kyari said, to bridge the energy access gap in Nigeria, NNPC Limited was working on developing the right infrastructure to deliver oil and gas to drive prosperity for Nigerians.
They are focused particularly on developing gas infrastructure in our country. We understand the necessity of having a delivery mechanism of gas to homes, to industries, to power plants, and no one is deeply investing in this except the NNPC, and very understandable. And where our roles are very clear. Our laws today said NNPC must guarantee energy security for our country. Energy security is in every context, not just about fuel in the filling stations. It's beyond this, so that we can create power in our country, we can convert the resources that we have into more use so that prosperity can come out of it. This is our understanding of our role, and that is why we are completely determined to see the delivery of the basic and the fundamental infrastructure that is required to deliver gas and increase gas supply into domestic market to at least 8 billion scope.
The group CEO also called for support in leveraging Nigeria's abundant gas resources for economic prosperity, emphasizing the need to bridge access gaps in electricity and clean cooking fuel. He assured stakeholders and investors of the support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whom he said is committed to the gas revolution. On his part, the chairperson of the Society of Petroleum Engineers SPE Nigerian Council and head of Asset and Investment Management NGPIS, Engineer Salahuddin Tahir, emphasized the critical role of energy in modern society.
Integrated strategies that address infrastructure, transportation, and security are essential for achieving national stability. Infrastructure plays a key role in the energy sector, as it encompasses the physical assets and systems that produce, store, and distribute energy. Investing in developing, maintaining, and upgrading existing energy infrastructure is vital towards ensuring a reliable and efficient energy supply.
This year's edition of the Society of Petroleum Engineers Oloibiri Lecture Series and Energy Forum SPF OLEF is the 24th edition in the series. The forum is focused on contributing to Nigeria's oil and gas industry policy development in commemoration of the first commercial oil discovery in Nigeria at Oloibiri, present-day Bayelsa State, in 1956.
We'll take a short break now, but when we return, we'll bring you more stories, including an update on the war against crude oil theft. Stay with us.
We are the largest single asset holder in Africa's oil and gas industry and poised to be the dynamic global energy company of choice. We are constantly innovating to be the prime company for energy sufficiency. We are NNPC Limited, energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
You're still watching Energy and You. Time now for an update on the recent gains made by NNPC Limited in the war against crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism.
The war on crude oil theft is on, and the industry-wide security collaboration on hydrocarbon infrastructure continues to record remarkable progress. Between the 23rd and 29th of March 2024, a total of 159 incidents were recorded across several locations in the Niger Delta region from several incident sources. In Obodo Omadino Delta State, a drone camera captures the moment two wooden boats are stealing crude oil from an oil wellhead. Another wellhead was vandalized in Warri South, while oil leaks from a vandalized pipeline in Okoroma, Bayelsa State. In the past week, 16 cases of vandalism were reported, while 3 cases of oil spill were reported in Akwa Odogwa in Rivers and Okoroma in Bayelsa State. 35 illegal connections were unearthed in Ogbia Edema Ndoni and Akwa Odogwa in Rivers, in Okoroma Ndokwa and Ajatiton in Bayelsa State. In Ogu, River State, several illegal refineries were discovered and destroyed by Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited. Around Bile Oilfield 1 area in River State, an illegal refinery consisting of 2 oil reservoirs were discovered through the collaborative efforts of government security agencies and Tantita Security Services. A total of 49 illegal refineries were discovered in the past week, as many more were destroyed in Rivers and Abia State. 5 storage sites for stolen crude were also discovered in Edo, Delta and Imo State, while a reservoir of stolen crude was discovered in Rivers State. On water, 35 wooden boats conveying stolen crude were confiscated in Bayelsa State, Delta and Rivers State, while on land, 5 vehicle arrests were made. 11 vessel AIS infractions were flagged in the past week. 11 of these incidents took place in the deep blue water, 18 in the western region, 74 in the central region, and 56 in the eastern region. Between the 23rd and 29th of March 2024, 15 suspects were arrested. For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down on the war on crude oil theft until the menace is eradicated for good.
To report crude oil theft or suspicious activities within your area, call the numbers on your screen now or send an email to report@stopcrudetheft.com. Handsome rewards await the whistleblower. Do your part. Report oil theft today.
The Chief Corporate Communications Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mr. Olufemi Shoneye, has been honored with the 2024 Distinguished Spokesperson in Oil and Gas. It's an award by the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR. Here are the details.
At a dinner and awards ceremony organized by the Nigeria Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) to mark the end of its National Spokesperson Summit, which held at the International Conference Center, Abuja, Mr. Shonaye was honored with the award in recognition of his amazing work of managing the image of Africa's largest oil and gas company. Shonaye, who was represented at the awards by Mrs. Oluwakemi Olumiwa, the head relationship and stakeholder management of the company, dedicated the award to the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Mele Kyari, whose unwavering support and guidance have been instrumental in shaping his role as a spokesperson. He also extended his heartfelt appreciation to the entire corporate communications team for their collaborative efforts and dedication to excellence.
Perception of NNPC, now they know what we do, is change is better. Even under the PIA, we're doing greatly. People know more about what we do, what we deliver, who we are, and where we're going.
The National Spokespersons Awards is the highest honor for outstanding spokesperson in corporate communications, public affairs, politics, media, advocacy and other domains in Nigeria who has demonstrated outstanding eloquence, integrity and effectiveness in his or her role.
And that's how we wrap up the show today. Thank you for being a part of it. You can catch up on all the episodes of Energy and You by scanning the QR code on your screen now. You can also follow us on all our social media handles shown on your screen to get updates of events within Nigeria's energy sector and other activities of NNPC Limited. Keep a date with us again next week for another episode. I'm Egusa Igombo. We'll see you again.